What's up, everybody? Hopefully everybody can hear me. I am Crazy Canuck. With me is Vctrylnsprts. Eric, how are you doing today?
I'm wonderful, Andre. Thank you. Thank you for having me, and community at large. As I see the chat, as Andre sees the chat whizzing through here, we're glad to have you join us for this, what will be likely a very entertaining National Treasure Design Competition draw.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. How's audio here? Is this a mess? Let me see. Before we move any further, audio okay? All good? All good? You can hear us both? Perfect. Okay, excellent. Welcome to the National Treasure Design Competition. For me, I think out of the major design contests that TGC Tours runs, I think this one's my favorite because this one, I think especially this year, because with the themes unlocked, Eric was mentioned this to me, it really provides opportunity for people to really make whatever they want. So I think this one's going to be a lot of fun. Basically, designers are going to design on the fly. They're going to get out of their comfort zone. They're going to probably be doing things that they have not done before. And I think it's going to be a challenge for some.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think it was good that, I mean, we have at TGC Tours on staff, we have a committee that we go to for people we look to have ideas bouncing around about what official contests we're going to do. And if you're following the schedule, you'll notice in season 7 at TGC Tours, we removed the major championship competition from the schedule, which left a hole. And there were a lot of good ideas bouncing back and forth. But this one we decided to bring back for the National Treasure, just exactly for the reasons that Andre mentioned. That now that 2K has given us, HB and 2K has given us the ability to do these mixed themes, I think you're going to see things out of this competition that maybe we've never seen in the designer before. And we've started to see that a little bit with Dream Team and World Cup because the creativity has been at an all-time high. But hopefully this takes it up a notch.
Absolutely. So you want to explain a little bit about how this works? We have 28 competitors. They're listed on the screen there, but we also have a whole bunch of alternates. Do you want to talk about how that works?
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so Andre and I are the contest directors. And as such, what we did is we looked at the 61, I believe it was, total registrants for this competition, which again is at an all-time high when we do an open registration, which open registration in the TGC Tours community means that there is no prerequisite like there would be for, let's say, a World Cup. And we want to do that as much as possible in as many competitions as possible because the community is getting so much better. And we don't know who the next Arctic Fury or the next Crazy Canuck is going to be. I could name lots of others, but you get my point that you don't want to really lock someone out of a competition and then never have a chance to have them discovered. So what we did is we allowed this one to go ahead and be open, but from a judging perspective, there's only so much we can do from a basically a manpower standpoint. Judging takes so long and we put so much effort into it that we just can't judge 61 courses in a final type of situation. So what we decided was we were going to do 28 guaranteed contestants, and they're seen listed there. So if you're in the chat now and you were one of the 61 registrants and you don't see your name there, don't be worried. That doesn't mean you're out of the contest. What Andre and I wanted to do was then leave 4 wildcard spots, which means my math isn't too good here. Let's see, 61 minus 28. Would that be 33? There's 33 people left over, and they are all still technically in the contest. And they are fighting to make a course if they choose to stay in. They're not obligated to, but if they would like to, out of the people who finish a course of those 33 people, Andre and I will select 4 people to go into the main pool as wildcards, and then they have just as much chance to win as the 28 people sitting here on the screen. So that gives everybody, a chance to participate. And really, the main part of participation in this is to take the country in which you're signed and make a course that follows TGC Tours guidelines, which means it would be an approved a course for the database. So nothing like a par 65 or par 80 or anything like that. It needs to have all of the same TGC Tours reviewer guidelines that you would expect. However, one of the big parts of it is going to be theme, environment, aesthetics. Again, not that eye candy wins the day. You still have to have a good golf course, but that golf course needs to make sense in which the country that you're given.
Absolutely. And for those that are alternates, we are going to assign you countries off stream, so we'll do the wheel and all that, because we don't have time to go through it for 61 people. So we will basically kind of spin the wheel again, so at least one main person and at least one alternate will have the same country. So that's kind of how it's going to work.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. You just mentioned a word alternate, and I do want to make a note here that of the 33 people, we do have the first 5 of them listed as alternates. And what that means is if one of the 28 people were to drop out, it wouldn't just be random out of the next 33. We do have 5 people identified as first alternates into the field.
Right. Perfect. So I think they're probably tired of waiting at this point. Which has been different from usual National Treasure contests. Usually the country list is released well ahead of time. It gets people talking and wondering which one are they going to get. But we've done it a little bit different this year. We've decided to keep the countries under lock and key up until now. So, and we're actually not even going to release the full list right now. We're going to do it one at a time, just to make you guys squirm a bit more. Eric and I have just been loving you release the countries, blah, 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 blah. We love it. Give us more. Give us more. We're just going to delay it even longer. So the full countries will not be revealed until the last person gets the last course. So that is how it's going to work. So yes, Wes says some people work. Well, watch the watch the VOD after, buddy. Watch the VOD. All right, let's get into this. So here's how it's going to work. I am going to. I'll give some hints to reveal the first country. We won't drag it on too long. So I'll reveal the country, and then we will go to. I haven't even shown people the wheel. Well, that's not the wheel. That's my Discord. Good thing it wasn't super private. But anyway, that's the wheel, and everybody is on there. And oh, here's some results. I was practicing before, making sure the wheel worked. It does work, believe it or not. So there are 28 competitors on there. Okay, so back to the main screen. So here we go. The first country in the National Treasure Design Competition. We are heading to Africa for the first one. So you guys feel free to guess in the chat. 59 million people in this country. Top exports of this country: gold, platinum, cars. Has 3 capital cities. And it has 450 golf courses. So it's a golf course. It's a golf course. You know, it's a golfing nation somewhat. Number 1 golf course, Fancourt Links. And yes, I think a lot of people do have the correct country. First country is South Africa.
Oh, yeah. South Africa.
Yeah, so I mean, South Africa, I mean, you got some coastline, you've got obviously the grassland, kind of savanna, lots of different options, and that's what I wanted to do, or what we wanted to do with the countries, is we wanted to give people options. We didn't want to lock people in. Yes, there are going to be some countries that are kind of come up that are pretty restricted in what you can design, but a lot of them are going to be pretty open. So, you know, just because, you know, we got a picture here of kind of savanna, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to do a South Africa course that looks like this. Okay, there's lots of different looks with South Africa. So anyway, let's go to the wheel and let's see who gets South Africa. Here is the wheel, baby. It is MJ Hamilton. 113.
Oh, it started slowing down on JW text, and I thought, well, he can go back to work. He's all done.
It was a real slowdown, yeah.
Oh, I like that, actually. It adds suspense. MJ Hamilton. All right, you are going to South Africa. Get your tickets. So MJ Hamilton, really, he's been on the scene for a little over a year now. Really entering a lot of contests, getting involved in the community. But his, and I'm probably going to say it wrong because anybody that watches my streams know that I'm not very good with names, although I remember them. His Kootenay Club, is that right? For the
Kootenay
World
Club,
Cup of Design.
Yeah.
Kootenay?
Kootenay. I'm from the Kootenays, so you know, that one's got a spot in my heart. That's a little area where I'm from, so yeah.
So I couldn't not mention that because I think that's his latest shining star. And although his design style strikes me as a very clean design style in a lot of his previous work, I thought Kootenay was very, very clean. And yeah, it's really a good fit here with South Africa. I'm looking forward to seeing how he can mix up, though, his clean style with maybe something a little bit more rugged out in the savannah, wherever. I don't know where is Savannah. Sahara is somewhere else, isn't it? See, this is why you did the geography part.
No, I like Eric talking about countries. I'm digging this. I like this. I don't know much more, but yeah. Anyway, we're gonna be really kind of. We're not the greatest geography people here, but I know a little bit, I guess. All right, next country. Let's do this. Next country is a country of 83 million people. Here's a fun fact. It was the birthplace of Santa Claus. Oh, birthplace of Santa Claus. 30 different languages spoken, and only 20 golf courses in this country. The best is known as Montgomery Max Royal. Israel, Netherlands, Denmark, North Pole, Belgium, Denmark. Oh, you guys aren't even close. Close.
I thought we said we weren't going to give them Antarctica.
And Antarctica. Oh, jeez. Love it.
Oh, wait, that's the South Pole.
It's Turkey. Turkey. Look at those. I want to see people build cliffs like that. Look how cool that is. Yeah. I mean, I think Turkey's going to be an interesting one. So there it is, your second course in the National Treasure Design Contest. Turkey. All right, let's go to the wheel again.
Who is booking their flight?
Who's heading to Turkey? Not a lot of golf courses in Turkey, so a real good chance of making your own national treasure. And it's going to be Benny K.
Oh, wow.
315.
Another relatively newer name that's broken onto the scene, I believe, over the past 6 months, especially because he puts out some really, really nice courses that I don't think are too easy, to be honest with you. Hush Valley and Burning Bridges East are the two most recent that are must plays in my book. So Benny K, welcome to the community overall, in case no one ever said that to you. We're glad to have you here, but pack your bags for Turkey and see what you can do.
Awesome. Oh, we got 2 down. Excellent. Third country. Oh, I have my list over here. I can't remember them. All right, here we go. Third country. We're heading a little further west for this one. Definitely a smaller country, an island country. 11 million people population. Area slightly smaller than where you're from, Pennsylvania. There, Eric. Slightly smaller than that. Also, this country has one of the highest literacy rates in the world. It was like 99.8%. Yeah. And here's the interesting thing. Only one 18-hole golf course. Golf courses were essentially banned in the 60s as they were viewed as a capitalist symbol. I saw a few correct answers in the chat. Yes, we are talking about Cuba. Look at that waterfall. Just, give some inspiration for you waterfall lovers there.
These pictures are great, Andre.
Yeah, I found some really good ones there. So yeah, we get a little tropical, coastal stuff. It's gonna be outstanding. Whoever gets Cuba, I think. So, well, let's see who gets it. Heading to the wheel. And it is gonna be who's heading to Cuba. Ooh, it's McTrees 02.
Ah, McTrees. Wow. All right. So, not a huge course catalog here, but I'll tell you how McTrees got into the competition. And it was because the potential that we saw at the Revival Club was huge. So, this guy can design. So, you might not know who he is yet, but he goes by Forrest, and it's not Gump, despite the fact that he can run to a championship, possibly. National treasure, McTrees, going to Cuba. Let's see it.
How long did it take you to write that? That was good. Well done.
That was on the fly.
Wow.
Literally the only note on here for McTrees is Revival Club.
Wow, I liked how you connected Forrest and running, and it's great. Well done. All right, next course. We're into Europe for our fourth course. Bigger country, population of 60 million people. It is the 5th most visited country in the world and has the most UNESCO World Heritage Sites in the world as well. 240 golf courses. Villa d'Este is number 1. Golf has never really gripped the nation here. Can you change that? It is Italy. Look at that.
Italy.
Is that Tuscany, I think?
And look at that.
You got lots of options here with Italy again. So you have some coastline to play with. I mean, are we going to see some vineyards? What are we going to see here? I mean, so much potential for Italy. I think this is going to be another awesome one, whoever gets Italy.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to believe that golf hasn't gripped the nation with countryside like that.
Yeah, you'd think. Only 240 courses. I was a little surprised by that. All right, here we go. Italy. Who's it going to be? Leaning Tower, yeah. Someone be a Leaning Tower. Okay, it is Graham Vood. Graham Vood? Am I saying that right?
Well, I don't know if he is. So on the forums and on the TGC Tours website, he actually goes by Graham Wood with a W.
Oh.
So I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe
because that's not a misspelling. You have it right.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So maybe it's the European VW mix thing. I don't know. Either way, he has a pretty impressive catalog. His most recent being the Hacienda del Roque or Roque.
Oh, I had that on my society.
Yes, very, very good. Very, very pretty. And so I would say that this is a guy, Mayo, this is for you. This is a guy who is kind of quiet, in the community, but he's quietly excellent at designing. So I think this could be a stunning course.
I love it. I love it. Well, Graham, let's see what you can do with Italy. Okay, we are heading east for our fifth country. This is a large country. 270 million people live here. The fifth most populous country in the world. From east to west, it extends 5,120 kilometers, and it has over 18,000 islands. Only Canada, Sweden, Norway, and Finland have more. But with 270 million people, only 150 golf courses. Tamandayu is number 1. Your course, number 5 for National Treasure, is Indonesia. So, yeah, lots of islands, very tropical.
Chris Smith, Charlie Davies, only a few, even Celtic Wolf, only a few got that right.
Yeah, Indonesia. This one's going to be very lush, I can imagine, whoever gets this one. So, let's see who it is. Who's getting Indonesia?
Who's got the design chops to be lush?
Oh. It is going to be Eiffel Tower. Kenyon.
Burner account.
The burner
account. I don't know if he has the chops to be lush, but he's certainly going to try.
We'll see.
Is anything from Buffalo lush?
Does he know where the tree menu is? I don't even know. We'll find out. He's going to have to learn.
He didn't on Alpha Sand Dunes, I can tell you that. But he found it on Knobs Creek. He did find the tree menu on Knobs Creek for Dream Team. So I think, from a community standpoint, this guy, you got to have him in here because he's a great designer. He's great for the community. And he's going to also push a lot of the other designers in this competition to do something. Whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, he'll push you to do something because if not, he'll meme you.
Yeah, oh yeah. He loves the memes and the trash talk, so look out. Obviously. Love it. All right, Indonesia for Kenyon. That's going to be great. Elevation, just what I'm great at, he says. Perfect. All right. Country number 6. Back to Europe. Smaller country. About 10 million people. Voting is actually required by law in this country, which I thought was interesting. 80% of this country is mountainous, and there are only 7 golf courses here. Costa Navarino being number 1. I do not see a correct answer yet.
I'd be failing this quiz, I'll just tell you that right now.
We're going to Greece. We are going to Greece, which we have, I think, had on previous National Treasure competitions before. I feel like someone did a Greek course. Yeah, there it is.
Scarpacci was great. Injected into my veins. But now, with the assets, could someone do it better?
Ooh,
sure.
Oof. I mean, yeah, something on like Santorini or something. Get those like cool roof, like blue roofs, that tourist area in Greece. My wife always wants me to take her to. Santorini, I think it's called. Yeah, anyway, there's lots of potential again here, like I'm probably saying with all the countries, but Greece is our next one. All
Well, I
right.
think you did a really, really nice job picking the countries. I think there's great potential with all of them.
I think they're pretty varied.
We really, truly didn't do what you guys thought we would do, which is stick somebody with some kind of country that's just impossible.
Yeah. Sorry, Celtic Wolf.
Mr. Odell, Pat Odell, Celtic Wolf. So, what I love about Pat is that he makes a lot of golf courses that I can't pronounce, and yet they're still really good golf courses. So, that just tells you that he's a good designer and I'm just dumb. But his latest one, Chateau de Provence, probably not saying that right either, is really, really good. And I just couldn't imagine not having him in this contest because he's right on that cusp. You hear his name a lot, you see his name a lot. He's active on both the Twitterverse and the forums, and yet I feel like he's just right there on the edge. So this could be the chance that he needs to break out, and I think he's going to do it.
Nice. Greece for Celtic Wolf. All right. This next one's quite interesting. We'll see what people think about this one. I wasn't sure if I would put this one in, but we'll see how someone does with this one. This could be a toughie, I think. Population, 400,000. Tiny country. Only 300 square kilometers. But a very, very rapidly growing tourism industry here. It is the lowest country in the world, averaging 1.5 meters above sea level. It only has 4 golf courses as well. Kuridu Island Resort and Spa is the number 1 course.
Someone in your chat, Mars.
Mars. It is the Maldives. Very tropical, very lush, lots of coastline. This one's going to be interesting. You're pretty locked into a look with the Maldives. But, yeah. Let's see. Get out those tropical assets, because you're going to be using a lot of them here. Yeah, the turquoise water might be tough, but who knows? Maybe someone will figure it out.
Well, we've seen Arctic Fury and Crizzy and others do green water.
That's true.
Who knows?
All right, who's it going to be? Oh, yes, give it to Wes. Yes. Perfect. JW Texan, you're going to the Maldives.
You're going on vacation to the tropical Maldives.
I love it.
Now we're getting, JW Texan, he was a lock for this contest. Pretty much a lock for probably any contest he registers for. Top finisher in many design contests over the past few years. Also was part of the very large and kind of groundbreaking whiskey resort project with his Whiskey Dunes, which was also part of the TGC Tour's qualifying for Season 7, I believe. His most recent works being Ballyhoo. Well, prior to that, Overbrook Valley, but Ballyhoo and the Dream Team. And I just, it's one of those designers. Everybody talks about names, right? So he's just one of those names. Once you get those type of guys signed up, they're pretty much a lock. But this will be interesting. I don't think I recall Wes, and I'm pretty familiar with his catalog all the way back to Tantalon Castle and before. I don't think I've seen Wes do anything like this. So this is actually an interesting matchup here with Maldives and Wes.
This is new territory. Also, Wes, the islands are too far away to connect with bridges, so you might be in trouble there. But anyway, okay, number 8, country number 8, 126 million people in this country. Actually home to the world's smallest volcano. And it is another country that is a tourism hotspot. There are 200 golf courses in this country. Number 1 being called Diamante. What are we going with? What is this country? Name that country.
Ryan said Iowa.
Iowa. Perfect. It is Mexico. Mexico.
Ooh.
Look at that. Someone please try to build that arch for me there. Stick
Hey,
stick a
Rockbridge,
green right
West,
there. There's a
Rockbridge.
yeah. Well, he's in the Maldives. I don't think they have those there. Sorry.
Too late.
Yeah. All right, Mexico. Lots of options here. Again, you've got you got almost like rainforest, really lush. You've got the coastline. You got lots to work with in Mexico. So, I think lots of options here. Let's spin the wheel. See who gets Mexico. Oh, yes. Skinny Post.
Oh, wow.
Skinny Post.
We were just talking about Scott, mister Skinny Post, off stream, a member of the keg, and really a guy that I'm trying to so hard not to break into my Chris Collinsworth stuff, but he broke onto the scene with Muir Woods in the rookie design contest. Everybody looked at it and went, there's no way in hell that's a rookie course. I mean, it was just that good. And then you look at his process when he shares it on the threads of how intense his planning and his routing and just his overall thought process is. But he's quiet. He's quiet on the threads other than that. And so this guy, don't sleep on him, because Andre and I were just saying that we think he's one of the guys here that his creativity, his talent, and his sort of attention to detail is dangerous in a contest like the National Treasure, where it's kind of an open forum. You get a country, and then you to just run with it and make it anything you want. That could be really what Skinny Post is all about here. So I'm only mentioning Muir Woods simply because it's the one on the TGC Tours database. So by the way, Scott, try to upload some of your stuff over there on TGC Tours, because people need to know who you are, man.
I have Skinny as a very strong favorite for this type of competition. I think he's going to absolutely kill it with his creativity. And yeah, he doesn't have a lot of stuff on the database just because a lot of his courses are kind of quirky. Like they don't meet the yardage. Like the one he did for which one was the last one for Dream Team? I don't even think it met the qualifications to get on the database. So, yeah. Anyway,
yeah, Bryn Avalon is
Bryn Avalon. Yeah, that's the one. I think
Yeah.
that's why, or the par was. I can't remember. Anyway, he's got some beauties. So we'll see what he can do with Mexico.
He says, I am lazy. Yeah, Blue Gum Elk, which I think he said was like a half-done course at the time, and still had some of the best holes I've ever seen. There was a stretch on Blue Gum Elk that was like 5, 6, 7, and 8 were just phenomenal golf holes. So anyway.
Awesome. All right, course number 9. We're heading to Europe for this one. Small country, 5 million people. 98% of domestic power usage is from hydroelectric plants. No gas and oil. Here's a weirdly stupid fact. The colonel-in-chief of this country's King's Guard is a penguin, which is strange. I don't know what that even is. But you'll probably get it with the last one. 171 courses. Number 1 course, Lofoten Links. Beautiful course. Yes, we know. We know it is Norway. Beautiful Norway. And look at that lovely fjord right there. You've got, Lofoten Links is just beautiful. If you can do something like that, that would be unbelievable. So.
Oh, Q wants it.
Q wants it. Yeah, I can see Foxen's house. He's up on the mountain there somewhere. Yeah. Anyway, he's from Norway. Yeah. All right, here we go. Who gets Norway? Ooh, it's Tan Man, 9798.
Wow. Okay, Tan Man, 9798. Literally don't know much about this guy. But what I do know is that he put out a course called Roaring Hippo recently. And I'm not going to sit here and say that it was the best course I've ever played. But when I look at the environment that it sits in and how committed he was to creating a certain look, how can you not have him in a National Treasure design competition and give him a chance to break out?
Well, Roaring Hippo is going to look well, this course is going to look almost exactly the opposite of Roaring Hippo, going from like a Savannah course to a Norwegian course. Also, thank you for the membership. I noticed Tanman subscribed in this stream, so thank you very much for that.
Cool.
Yeah, but yeah, that was the only course I think.
Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, is Roaring Hippo. So that's a boom, big one, great course to have in your resume there.
Tanman is proof that all of you haters out there, and you know who you are. This isn't about elitists. This isn't about click. This is about, hey, show us what you can do. And we're giving you a chance. Show us what you can do.
100%. All right, we're moving along here. Country number 10. We're heading to South America. 17 million people population. One of the longest coastlines in the world, and also has one of the driest areas in the world too. Only 50 golf courses here. The Patagonia Virgin is number 1. That's the name of the golf course. And yes, it is the one country that I did tease early on. It is Chile, which I think just looks stunning there. You've got the mountains, you've got the coastline, you've got everything. Chile, I think, is going to be one that a lot of people want, I would imagine. So, let's go to the wheel and see who gets Chile.
Chile today, hot tamale.
Oh, yes. Look at this. It's going to be Baby Bull with Chile. Love to see this.
Baby Bull. Speaking of clicks, the newest damn member, Baby Bull, is the publisher of 7 courses in 2020. So you want to talk about a guy who is really active, really trying to improve, really trying to get better. And his Cape Ari that hosted the promo event a little while back really is just, he continues to put himself on the map, not just with rocks. So I think he's going to be one to watch in this competition as well, because he's not afraid to use the environmental objects and assets. So really excited about this one. And yeah, let's see what you got, Baby Bull.
Awesome. Yeah, can't wait. We place this for waterfalls for him, probably. He'll find a way to squeeze one in, I'm sure. All right, we're heading to the Middle East for our next one. Actually, maybe you consider this Europe. I don't know. Europe, Middle East.
Is that where the Sahara is I mentioned earlier?
No, it's not. But you're close. Anyway, 10 million population, as with many Middle East countries, has a large oil and gas exports. They are super serious about arm wrestling. It's like a very popular sport in this country. And there's only 2 golf courses here. And the number 1 golf course is literally called, and I'm not making this up, Dreamland. It is called Dreamland. So your number 11 course is Azerbaijan, which is, it's got, the capital is Baku. I'd look that up. That city is wild. Be cool to see a city kind of course there. But you've also got the hills, you've got the mountains, you got a little bit of everything with Azerbaijan. So this one is going to be very interesting to see what people pull out here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with Justin K. I think you're just making stuff up at this point. I had never heard of this one.
Come on,
so
give me
I thought this was where Borat was from.
Give me your Azerbaijan facts there, Eric. That's where Borat was from. No. Where was Borat from? Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan, right?
Yeah. Somewhat close. All right, who gets it? Ooh. Crizzy, the master of environments, is going to have a challenge on this one, I think.
You just said, let me see a city, let me see his hills, let me see, and Crizzy's like, hold my beer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an interesting partnership right there. Christian Elsesser, otherwise known as Crizzy, let me find him on my paper here, broke onto the scene with Predator at the University of Florida in the major design contest last year, and had done some things prior to that. And people were like, "Oh, is this like an Arctic Fury sort of AKA? You know, is Arctic Fury got 2 accounts now? What's going on?" Then he puts out Fragiliani Spain, and people are like, "Oh yeah, this is definitely Arctic Fury." But he is not. He is not Arctic Fury. They are not one and the same. And now he's got Leland Bay. Now he's got his World Cup course, something French that I can't pronounce.
Yeah, I played that one a few days ago. That thing's wild.
But again, like you said, master of environments. So pair him up with Azerbaijan, that place that begins with an A.
Nailed it.
And let's see what we get. Let's see what we get.
Love it.
This is going to be exciting. I love it.
Okay. Course number 12. Heading to Europe. 17 million people here. 1/3 of the country under sea level. And men from this country are the world's tallest, actually. There are 65 tourist courses and 50 public courses. You need a golf certificate to play golf in this country. And it has a number 1 course, but I could not pronounce it, so I will not bother. And yes, we do have a few right answers here, and it is the Netherlands. I didn't even write it down. I just put can't pronounce in my notes, so I didn't even write it down. The Netherlands. So this one, you've got a lot of water to play with. Pretty flat. Well, very flat. So not a lot of elevation with a Netherlands course, for sure. All right, let's see.
So is Petty hoping for this one then? Or?
Yeah, well, he's got to plant this, so I don't know. All right, here we go. The Netherlands is going to... Is it Coty or Coty, UK? I'm
guessing it's Cody. It's a play off of his last name, Cotterill. So his first name is Matt, I believe. But either way, Cody UK is somewhat, I don't want to call him newer, but he broke out with Fulton County Golf Club last year. And that was actually a really clean autumn, I believe it was an autumn-themed course. I enjoyed it when I first played it, and I thought, who is this designer? I don't think I'm familiar with this. Then he came out with Cheshire Royal recently. He's been throwing his hat in the ring for contests. I believe he put out, Mayday can help me with this, but I believe he put out an alternate course for the World Cup for the side contest. So he's itching to get in one of these contests. The time is now. And let's see what you got. Cody, UK, with the Netherlands.
I'm just looking at this wheel right now, and it is absolutely loaded with names right now. Some of the real strong contenders still sitting on this, but you never know with this national treasure. But yeah, just some crazy good names there.
Yeah, and the funny thing is they have no idea what course they're going to get, so...
All right, please align the country names. If you want me to do that, it's going to take me another 5 minutes. So sorry, this is the best it's getting right now. I know your people's OCD is going off the charts here, but
don't worry. When we put them on the forums, they'll be aligned.
Tab doesn't work on. Oh, it does. Well, whatever. I'm just going to do it to annoy you guys anyway, because I've been enjoying that throughout this contest. All right, course number 13. 34 million people. 95% of the country is desert. Also, largest country in the world without a river. Love it. Only 10 golf courses here. Royal Greens being number 1. Where are we going here? Yeah. Dan's got it right. It is Saudi Arabia. Again, you are pretty locked into a look with Saudi Arabia.
But Alps?
Yeah, definitely use Alps or Swiss theme for sure. Yeah, maybe some Delta. But yeah, Saudi Arabia is going to be maybe a challenge for sure. I mean, you're not dealing with a lot there. It's a lot of desert. No rivers either. So, but hey, maybe you can throw it into one of their cities. You never know. Okay, I remember some guy doing that for his national treasure course. He put it, in Dubai. I can't remember what that course was called. Anyway, let's spin. It's going to be Violin Guy. 69.
Reeb Duke said, watch Violin Guy, watch Aladdin 30 times for inspiration.
Well, that is true. Yeah, Chuck.
So
there you
Violin
go.
Guy. Yeah, Chuck.
Go.
Is he in the stream?
He is.
Okay, so he's either very happy or disappointed. Violin Guy, a top finisher in World Cup with Old Henry's. What was that, last year, I believe, or the year before? I can't remember, but within the last 2 years, so definitely qualifies that way. Also has had Admiral's Run and Plainfield Country Club, both tour worthy and both on the TGC Tour's schedule recently, in recent months, for season 7. So qualifies a number of different ways and might be a name that isn't real loud in the forums. Some of the newer guys might not even know him very well, but I wouldn't sleep on him because, like I just said, I mean, he was Old Henry's Shipyard was in the top 5 for World Cup not too long ago. So now let's see what he can do out in the desert. I don't know if he's done anything truly in sand, although Admiral's Run had a lot of sand on it, as I recall from playing it on tour because I was in the sand most of the time. But let's see if he can watch Aladdin and get some inspiration.
I give up on the centering, guys. I'm sorry. The tab isn't working, so there.
You guys are helpless. Andre puts together this awesome stream presentation, and you're worried about
it's not lined up properly.
You
know what? Whatever. Okay, we got 140 people.
I'm like halfway across the page now.
Yeah, just sprinkle them everywhere. All right, we're heading back to Europe. And this country, 47 million people, rather large European country. Eric's favorite country because nudity is legal here. That's what I've heard. Second highest life expectancy in the world, and quite the golfing nation, 400 courses. Real Valderrama being number 1. We should know this one. Come on. Come on. It is Spain.
Yeah. España.
This one's going to be great. Again, you get a bit of everything here. You get some mountains, you get some coastline, you get, some scrub, you get a little bit of everything with Spain. So I think you've got a lot of options with here. And you got a lot of golf courses to look at. There's some great golf courses in Spain. So that is Spain. Let's see who gets it. Let's see who's going to Spain.
Q says it better not be Pablo.
It is Nitro. I know, I was thinking, Spain better not be Pablo and South Africa better not be Nitro, but luckily we avoided that. So Nitro's going to Spain.
Nitro. Wow, he is... I think his big breakthrough came in Dream Team, if I'm being quite honest, because people knew what he was capable of, but I'm not sure if they truly knew that he was going to put out something like Port Melbourne. So I think this is a designer that, again, he qualifies to me as a guy who is ready for that next big push to being a finalist in a contest, and I just wouldn't sleep on him either. Now, Spain, I don't know. He's very creative in the designer, so I think up and down this roster here, the guys that are going to do really, really well, probably the ones that have the best golf courses but add in the most creativity. And I think he's someone that probably fits that bill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's going to be a good one, I think. He's got, again, a lot to work with Spain. All right.
That is true. Mayo brings up a good point. I'm not sure where he stands on his hardware right now. Possibly hearing that his Xbox has terminal issues, so I'm not sure what that would mean for World Cup and then but certainly if he is not able to finish a World Cup, that does not put him in the category of not being allowed to be in this one, because that's outside of that's not considered the same as just dropping out.
Damn, that sucks. I didn't even know that. Bummer.
Yeah.
Okay. We're heading to Africa for this one. This one may be, I don't know. It depends. This was a challenging one. 32 million people, huge oil producer, home to one of Africa's largest waterfalls, and it only has one 18-hole course, but information on it apparently is very scarce. So they're not a golfing country at all. So course number 15.
Waterfalls, huh? I want Petro to get this so bad.
Nobody has it yet. Angola. We're going to Angola. There are waterfalls there. Someone said Wakanda. Yeah, right. So you get a little, I like that picture. I feel like there's some potential there with Angola. But yeah, this one's gonna be interesting, very interesting. So let's see who gets
Petro
this one.
says he actually would want this one. Okay.
Petro wants this one. Okay.
He'd probably still do it without a waterfall, though.
See if we can make it happen. He's not gonna get it. It's gonna be David Dix.
All right. David Dix, one of the guys that did the only cave hole that I am still familiar with in the game back in TGC 2019 at his vineyard course. There was a hole where you actually teed off, and if you got lucky enough, it went into a cave, down the cave for about 10 minutes, and came out on the green. Very cool.
Jeez.
But of recent, he actually had Yeti Creek hosted a platinum event not too long ago. His course prior to that was Bar Harbor, Maine, which I loved because my wife and I, 20 years ago, honeymooned in Bar Harbor, Maine. And so I played that course immediately, thought it was fantastic. So again, and David Dix did, if you recall, Andre, the New York City Central Park course that still is one of G-Dog's favorites.
I do like that one a lot.
Oh, why am I blanking on the name of that one, though?
Yeah, I can't remember it either. Anyway, I know it's, I have played that one.
Yeah, he'll put it in chat, I'm sure, but very much the Olmsted South. The Olmsted South, yeah.
Yes.
So very, very creative again, and it's just one of those guys that ideas are not a problem. So if he puts the golf course in there with it, I think he's going to be a threat.
Yep, indeed. Good luck, Mr. David Dix. I like to say his name for some reason. I don't know why. It's the thing I remember
about David Dix is when we used to have a member here that would always say DDX, and that was when David Dix was brand new, and the other guy would say DDX, and if you tried to call him out on it, he would just light you up, be like, I don't care what his name is, that's what I'm going to call him. But anyway, I always remember David Dix always strikes me as DDX because I'll never forget that.
Amazing. All right, I lost my form or my info here. 1 second. There it is. Okay, next course. We're heading back to South America. 45 million people in this country. Invented radio broadcasting and has the highest number in the world of plastic surgeries per capita. 300 golf courses here. Number one being a course called Olivos. What do we got? Peru, Uruguay, Brazil. It's none of those. It's Argentina. Look at that. Now that was probably one of my favorite pictures that I came across.
Oh, wow. Can you imagine a golf course right there in the lowlands?
That looks outstanding. I'm guessing that's probably southern Argentina for sure. But that looks amazing.
Don't cry for me.
Indeed. All right, spin the wheel.
Would you cry if you got this one, RJM? Guess we'll find out.
Ooh, it's gonna be Heisenberg with this one.
Okay, Heisenberg. Chiang Mai was probably the one that got him noticed, although he has publishes before that. Chiang Mai was in the rookie design contest run by Erickson Stone, and the environment was just super creative. Lots of elevation change, lots of waterfalls, lots of cool stuff going on. And then he turns around and publishes the Cape Clements course that is now part of the World Cup design competition. And so we don't have a result on that other than to say that's a really, really great looking course as well. Fun to play. Not that easy. Greens are kind of hellish in spots, Heisenberg, but Cape Clements is really gorgeous. So I think Heisenberg's ready.
I think so too. Another one to really keep our eyes on for sure. Okay, we're getting there. We got about 11 courses left. So we're heading to Europe for this one. Country of 8.5 million people. 7,000 lakes in this small little country. It is also the least obese European country, too. And also one of the most expensive places in the world to live. 100 golf courses here, number one being Domain Imperial. What's it gonna be? We are going to Switzerland. So it is a country that literally has a theme in the game named after it. So I think we know what it's going to kind of look like. But I mean, just beautiful. We want some just amazing.
Did you choose that picture on purpose?
Here. No, why? What is it?
You don't recognize the course that's based off of that picture? I thought you were trying to troll me for a second.
Oh, is this Hallstatt?
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, it never made it out of the group stage, so I can't remember that. How am I supposed to remember those courses? Anyway.
Good call.
Anyway, sorry, I couldn't resist.
You had to.
I didn't get out either, so.
You had to. That was funny.
I didn't realize that was a troll, but I mean, yeah, I did that totally on purpose. All right. Gosh. Who's getting Switzerland? Ooh. Just flips over to Energizer. The retired designer's back, and he's going to Switzerland.
This was when he said he was retiring after Dream Team. I think it was a big loss for the community. So to see him sign up for this was really, really good. Has a very high world golf design rank, and was part of the Whiskey Resort project with Whiskey Trails, which is a phenomenal design. Did Chuko New Golf Club for the Dream Team, which is also fantastic. And then he's been a part of some lauded courses prior to that, such as Heatherton, and even had won design contests in the past. He won a fantasy design contest a couple years ago with Chief Lomu. So he's done a lot of things. Keg member, so pretty involved, very skillful. I think this is right up his alley. So let's get it, Energizer. Come on now.
He can do it. I love it. I'm excited for this one.
No doubt.
Okay. Smaller country here. 1.5 million people. That's it. Asia's third smallest country, but it is the fourth highest population density of any country. So they're just packed into just a couple cities. Only 2.8% of the country has arable, fertile land on it. And there's only one golf course. It's called Royal Golf Club. Real original. Anyway, where are we going? Any guesses here? No, everyone's wrong. Everyone's wrong. No, wrong. Everyone's wrong. All right. It's Bahrain. Bahrain. There is this is an interesting one. This is a very interesting one. Not a lot, I mean, it's a lot of desert, but some interesting city in Bahrain, or one major city anyways. So this one gonna be interesting. Yeah, similar Saudi Arabia vibes, but I think there's definitely a few differences. So this was probably the one. I know. This was probably the one I looked at, and I'm going to be like, I don't think people are going to like getting this one. This was the one, I feel. But, hey, you know what? There's only so many countries to pick from.
That's what you signed up for, right?
It's what you signed up for. Who's getting stuck with Bahrain? It's going to be... Well, we're going to blame him. Blame Pablo.
Oh, our man Pablo. I think one of his best courses, probably in the past few, came out in Dream Team with Mare Nostrum.
I love that course.
Golf club. Really, really good. And I enjoyed the heck out of it. I think it was, really Pablo at his best. But Pablo's been around for a long time. So he's no rookie. He's no newbie in this community. And he can do a lot of good things in the designer. I think over the past couple of years, he's moved. He's gotten serious with his relationship, and he just hasn't spent as much time in the designer. But Mare Nostrum kind of showed when he has time to dedicate to it, shows you what he can do. So I'm looking forward to having Pablo back in the National Treasure.
Absolutely. Okay. Another small country here for the next one. Population 77,000. 16th smallest country by land in the world. So very small, not a lot to work off of here. It's actually a big tobacco producer. And only has 2 golf courses. Its top one being something called Grand Vieira Golf Soldiu. What's it going to be? Vatican, Iceland, Liechtenstein, Monaco. No, we're all wrong. We are heading to, actually, the picture that was on the title screen while you guys were waiting to watch the show. It's Andorra. Now, where the heck is Andorra? It's wedged kind of right in between Spain and Portugal, right in the, is it the Pyrenees Mountains, I think? Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, you're not an expert on this? Oh.
Am I an expert on anything?
Well, I don't know. But yeah, I think Andorra is going to be, you got a lot of mountain views. This is going to be a great venue, I think. So, even though it's a small country, I think you've got lots of views here and lots of interesting stuff going on. So who's getting Andorra? Still some big names on this list. It's gonna be Ryan McConnell.
I was just about to say, there's a lot of names. I'm looking through the wheel here. There's a lot of names that were just locks because they fell into the classifications of 1s and 2s on the list that was in the original post of this thread. So Ryan McConnell is one of those. He's a Dream Team contest winning captain of the Dream Team.
Yeah, he is.
Maram Anchor was his most recent course, I believe, as well as designing for the World Cup. So well-known designer in the community. Also one of the, what do you guys call your masters of keggery around there? He's certainly a keg master, and streams as well. And I would say his streams are amazing. Quite entertaining.
Yes.
Quite entertaining. So a man of many powers, Ryan McConnell, will be going to a place I have never heard of.
He's called it Ryandora already, so I'm looking forward.
Where's he going? Andorra?
Andorra. Ryandora. Yeah.
Ryandora.
Absolutely. Okay. We are getting there. Number 20. much bigger country than Andorra. 144 million people. 60% of that country covered in forest. Some residents actually play golf with helicopters. Look it up on YouTube. It was an interesting few minutes of my life watching that.
Was that your inspiration for the Chameleon Club?
It might have been. No, I actually saw it after. 32 courses in this country, which I thought was very surprising considering the size. Number one course being something called Tisalivo or something like that. Anyway, this course, or this country, yeah, something like that, is Russia. So again, huge country. You do have a little bit of coast, but you got a lot of forest. So a little bit of elevation. You got Siberia. Who knows what people are going to build here? You got a lot of land to work with in Russia. So this one, and again, another interesting one, I think.
Bridgegate. That's right.
Who we got? Russia is going to Q.
Oh, he wanted it too.
There it is.
Set up a chat. Give me Russia. So Q. I mean, I'm not sure I know of too many other forum members with a signature that has one letter in it. The mysterious Q.
He is very mysterious.
His designs are not mysterious, though, unless you count the cryptic numbers and words that he puts on his buildings in Asylum. But the Asylum was fantastic. And then correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Q was also an early developer and adopter of the T manipulation strategy that allowed us to kind of manipulate the Ts for tournaments and give us some other T options throughout the TGC Tours events, rather than just saying, okay, this is, back Ts, forward Ts, middle Ts, whatever. So I know that's been sort of, in terms of tools that we have at our disposal, that's been sort of revolutionary in different contests. I've seen a lot of different people do that. So many people might think Q is mysterious, but I think his capabilities are very known.
Absolutely.
So watch out for Q.
Fellow mod here, so big Q fan for sure. And yeah, I really loved his last course, Asylum. So definitely a guy to keep an eye on for sure. Getting down to the end here. Next country, we're going back to really small countries. This country, actually smaller than Andorra population-wise, 63,000 people here, has a very robust history of pirating. And it has its own currency, but U.S. currency is accepted everywhere. And 9 courses here, 9 golf courses, number 1 being the Mid-Ocean Club.
Mid-Ocean Club.
Mid-Ocean Club. It is Bermuda, which I had to look up. It's technically the British control it, but I think it still acts independently as a country, so we're counting it. We're counting it. Yeah, I know Dan was going to challenge me on that, but I looked it up. It acts independently as a country, so I'm counting it as a country. Don't care. Don't care. You can do Bahamas if you want. It's pretty much the same thing. All right.
I know most people act independently when they go there, so.
There you go. Let's go to the wheel. We don't have many left. We are going to see a Bermuda course from T. Petro. Love that.
Ooh.
Love that.
Proverbial shit stirrer on the forums. Okay. And I say that with all love. In all honesty, Petro is I guess one of the young lads. I don't know if that's a thing anymore. Is Petro a lad?
I don't know.
But either way, his course design does not speak from a young lad. It speaks from someone with a lot of knowledge, a lot of ability. Carbondale Mining was one of my favorite courses in the Dream Team.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
I loved the plot. I loved the way he used the plot. So a good study is to play that course and check it out. Most recently came out with the Last Dollar Match Club. And another guy that I think is just really good in contests because you just don't know what you're going to get, not only from his design, but his interaction on the forums. And I think that makes it a fun environment to be in.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Okay, number 22. We're heading to the wettest place on Earth. Insert joke here.
Terry's bedroom.
There we go. Lowest divorce rates in the world.
Oh, can't be Terry's bedroom.
200 golf courses. DLF Golf and Country Club being number 1. I have not said the population because once that comes out, you'll probably know it. It's 1.35 billion people live here. And yes, it is India. Lots to work with India. Lots of high mountainous regions, high plateaus. You've got a little bit of everything. Like I said, trying to do that with most of the countries here. So, India is our next country, and we got 7 names left. Who is building a golf course in India? It is going to be Mr. Brian Petty.
Ooh.
Interesting.
All right. Another automatic lock entry into the contest. Top 5 contests. Also, Whiskey Resort Project was phenomenal. And one of my personal favorites was his Pastimes Club or Pastime Club. The name doesn't matter. I can find it because it's in my favorites. But either way, just a fantastic designer. Don't think he play tests a lot of his courses, and yet they still end up really, really good. So I think there's just some innate ability there or something. But originally got to know Petty a little bit more when he and Joe Fickett were involved in the Sweetens Cove project from a couple years ago, which was just a fantastic rendition of that real 9-hole course. And then they turned it into 18, and he's just bloomed and blossomed, which probably aren't floral things, probably aren't normally associated with Brian Petty, but either way, just a really, really good designer. So looking forward to his India course.
Awesome. Good luck, Petty. That should be an interesting one. That's a unique combo for sure. Okay, we're heading to another African country. And we've got 36 million people living here. It borders 2 seas, actually. And even though it is in Africa, it is located only 8 miles from Europe. 20 golf courses here. Golf du Palais Royal is its number 1 golf course. We are headed to Morocco.
Yeah, a lot of people in the chat got it.
Yeah, I think it's known to be really close to Europe, I believe. So, Morocco. This one, I love the look of Morocco. So, should be fun. This one here. Let's go to the wheel.
Who is booking their ticket for course design in Morocco?
I cannot wait to see this. Some guy named B101 is going to Morocco.
I like this selection.
I love this.
I am still looking through my furniture catalog after his most recent publish for the World Cup. But prior to that, Whiskey Run, Black Salt Valley, I could CUBA, I can name a lot of favorites. 9 publishes in 2020, and I believe Season 6 Designer of the Year. I'm hoping I didn't get that wrong or taking it away from someone else, but I believe he was Designer of the Year in 2020. And I don't think he's done a course in an environment like Morocco, so this could be really, really interesting. I'm excited about this one.
I love this one. Yeah, it's something brand new we're gonna see from Ben. So I love it. Okay, next we have a country with a population of 52 million. It has a mixture of everything: low coastal plains, mountains, high plateaus. Hunting is illegal in this country. And 36 golf courses, number one being called Vipingo Ridge. I'm not going to give you the continent. See if you can guess it.
Go Ridge.
Vipingo Ridge. No, no one's got it.
That's too personal.
You guys aren't even close. All right, I'll put you out of your misery. We're going to Kenya. That's
Kenya.
That's
Kenya.
Kenya. It's a view of Mount Kilimanjaro, even though that's in Tanzania, I think. So that's looking across. Those that want to correct me, I looked it up. So yeah, Kenya is going to be an interesting one. Pretty dry, pretty flat. But you've got some. Maybe you throw Kilimanjaro in there. I don't know. Who knows? So this is going to be an interesting one. Yeah, the petty trees, and Reeb was doing trees like that too on his course. Okay. Who do we got? We only got 5 designers left. Kenya is going to Scampy, a veteran.
Yeah, a veteran that kind of pops in and out. Just, you never know when his next showing is going to be, but popped back in recently with Shrikes Peak Golf Club and the TPC Honeyfield Golf Course. Both of those are part of the PGA Tour 2K21 game. And he's done many, many courses prior to that, been in many contests prior to that. And a little known fact as well is that many of us 4 or 5 years ago were watching not only Crazy Canuck tutorials and Scarpacci tutorials, but Scampion tutorials on YouTube. So because back in the day, that was where you went to learn. So Scampion, Crazy Canuck, Scarpacci, those were kind of some of the main tutorials out there 4 or 5 years ago. So he's been around. You guys, some of your newer guys may not know him, but he can design. So I'm excited to see him sign up.
Absolutely. Awesome. Okay. This country, next one, 96 million people here. Considered to have the healthiest diet in the world, and also consists of some of the most extensive cave systems in the world. Maybe a cave course would be fun, like we were talking about earlier.
So
80 golf courses. 80 golf courses. Bluffs Ho-Tram Strip being its number 1 course. Where are we going?
Caveland.
Caveland. It is Vietnam, yes. Vietnam, I mean, I love that look there. You've got very lush. You've got some of those great forested kind of cliffs, and I just love that look. And they're actually fairly easy to do in the designer too, so I'd love to see a course looking something like that. So Vietnam is our next course.
Reeves says it can't be done. It's impossible.
Okay.
So who of these 4 can do the impossible?
It is the young lad, Tanner Bronson.
That's as good a shot as any.
Yep.
As good a shot as any. He is an official TGC Tours Design Contest winner with Quincy Downs, which also is an official course in the game. He has done a lot of other courses outside of that really you guys would probably remember just because you hated yourself when you were done playing them. And that doesn't mean they were bad courses. It just means that your game probably couldn't handle them. But he is a student of design and a student in real life too. But yeah, young designer, very much like Petro in the sense that their knowledge is far beyond their actual age, and dangerous in competitions.
Dylan doesn't really like his country there, but That's definitely going to be out of his comfort zone for sure. But that's what this competition is all about. So I like that. I like that.
Oh, I thought he was saying my introduction of him was sad.
No, it could be that too. Maybe it could be that too.
It might be.
All right. 3 countries left. This country, 83 million people. A third of it is covered in forest and woodlands. University is free for everybody that lives in this country. That's nice. Quite the golfing country. Over 700 golf courses. With number 1 being Hamburger Falkenstein. Pretty sure you would know that. Good hamburger.
German.
Yeah, well, you're right. It is German. Beautiful Germany. And, yeah, I mean, probably going to be a pretty forested course here. Maybe throw in some lakes and who knows. I don't know. It's going to be great. You got a lot to work with Germany, like I've been saying, with everything. So we only have 3 names left. Granger, Sluggy, and Honey Badger. And it's going to be Granger.
Oh, Alex Granger. Yeah, anybody who drops out of this competition because they don't like their country, I mean, just remember what you signed up for, right? I'm not saying anyone will. This is the point of the competition, just to make you uncomfortable, see what you can do. And I think the community is really going to benefit from your creativity. And Alex Granger, another one of those names that maybe not active enough on the forums to get a lot of play in terms of name recognition, but his courses are extremely good. Carabai Golf Club, Blackwood Park are some of his most recents. Was a I can't remember if he was. I know he was in Dream Team. I just can't remember if he was an alternate or. It doesn't matter. He was on a Dream Team roster and produces really, really good stuff. So let's see what you got over there in Germany, Mr. Granger.
Cannot wait. 2 countries left. All right, this is a bigger country. 211 million people live here. Contains some of the greatest biodiversity on the planet. 13 cities in this country have more than 1 million people. Only 75 golf courses. Number 1 being Santa Paziena. Santa Paziena. And yes, it is Brazil. Canada. Canada doesn't have 211 million people. My goodness, people. Anyway, Brazil. Very lush. Amazon. I'm seeing an Amazon course here. I think that would be amazing. But let's see. 2 people left. And it's going to be Sluggy. Sluggy. Is it Laux or Lukes? I can't remember.
I'm not sure.
But it is Sluggy.
But it is Doug. Doug.
It is Doug.
Or
I do know Doug.
Laux, Doug Lutz. Either way, the Rubicon, I think, really sealed the deal for getting him into this contest. Most recent publish. And he's done things before that. Acadia Club, the Earl Ford. So he's been working his way up. But the Rubicon, his marketing of that was really, really solid. Which is just to say that, you know, he put himself out there and kind of let everyone see and judge kind of for themselves if he was ready to go. And I think the answer is yes. So let's see what you got over there in, where did he get? Brazil.
Brazil.
So pack your bags for Brazil. It's a big place. Big place. Lots to work with in terms of the countryside there. But what are you going to do with it?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we want to know.
Mm-hmm. We have 1 country left. We have 1 designer left. It's Honey Badger Hacker. Sorry, you don't get a choice. This is going to be your course. 126 million people. 70% forest, and it's volcanically active. 4 main islands, and it is by far the most popular out of all the countries we've done in terms of golf courses, that there are over 2,500 golf courses in this country. Number one being the beautiful Hirono. It is Japan. That is our final course. People want me to spin the wheel because that's obviously tradition. Let's see who it's going to be. Let's wait. And hold on. Yeah, it's Honey Badger. It is Honey Badger. He's got it.
Wow.
Yep.
That was close.
Didn't see that coming.
Yes, Honey Badger kind of snuck in there as one of my recent favorites after I played Valcor High Fixed. His Pinedale Trails, his Kisatchie Cove was just recently on the Kinetic Tour, so he has tour-worthy courses. But Valcor High Fixed, just lots of good stuff happening on that course. Sealed the deal for getting him
the fixed part. That's the only thing not happening.
Well, yeah, you can't have a fixed in a contest now. Gotta work.
Dylan's in this contest, so.
Oh, that's right. Okay, never mind. Dylan's here, so I guess you can have a fixed. Oh man, there were this contest is great, and we keep saying it over and over. The community is just full of great designers, and as I look at the people sitting, I don't want to say on the outside looking in because they're really still in, but the people that just didn't quite make it to the 28 off of automatic selection. I mean, the names are all there, and I couldn't even tell you which 4 would get wild cards. Mm-hmm. So I think that is going to be some of the most exciting part of the initial stage of this is which 4 people are going to rise up, and I'll put it on the forums here by, I would say, within the next half an hour, so you'll know. And you can get started. Everyone can get started now. As of this point, the contest design window is open.
Yep.
Everyone can start your designs. But there is no country trading. You got what you got.
Mm-hmm.
That's the rules. You got what you got. No country trading. Yeah, I just think I couldn't even tell you, Andre, who would be the 4 wild cards at this point.
No, I don't know.
The people.
When is the deadline again there, Eric?
It would be May 31st, so you have 2.5 months.
May 31st. So yeah, we'll be back after the judging, and we'll do another results show and show some stuff off. But this is the fun part, is we get to sit back, relax, and watch you guys come up with some amazing courses and some pretty neat locales. So I had fun coming up with the list and doing all this stuff.
Did a really good job.
Yeah, it was good. So Eric and I will await your courses, and we'll be back in a few months to finish this off. So just before we leave, by the way, make sure you go follow Vctrylnsprts over on Twitch and Twitter and all that stuff. Him and I and a whole bunch of other people have a very fun stream tomorrow called Divot Derby. A lot more about that tomorrow. But make sure you check out our channels and give us some support. It's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow as well. Plus, something else fun coming our way next week involving design that you're not going to want to miss. It's going to be huge. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks a lot.